Tree planting, tree planting, tree planting. So I've been tree planting as a professional, as a career, okay, for 9 years, 9 seasons back to back. And I've been posting videos online. Obviously, this is probably why you're here. A lot of people have seen them because I post rage bait content and I get lots of views, but that's beside the point. I want everybody to know about this, so you gotta be smart. You gotta find a way for everybody to see it. I found a way. How did I get into it? So my dad was actually a planter, okay? And all through my childhood, we would go camping and we would do these activities. And there's one instance in particular I remember. It was, we had to cross 5 lakes to get to our campsites, right? And we had a boat, like a canoe. And this is in Quebec. You had to like transport the canoe through a little bit of forest. And then the main hike, I guess, to get there was through the lakes, right? So all through that trip, I think it was like 3 days, my dad kept telling me about these cool stories of tree planting in BC when he was younger. He only did it for, I think, a month. I think he got injured or something happened that made that he couldn't keep going. But he stayed just enough to see it and learn a little bit about it and tell me about it. And so he's telling me about like being in Vancouver and planting trees up north and how it was back then. You would just arrive in the town and you would just see like people that looked out of place. Those were tree planters. You would approach them and talk to them and get a job. It wasn't like today, right? And so I always thought that would be a really cool thing to do. Like I thought that nature was really cool. I thought traveling was really cool. And I was always interested in different things that people don't do often or that you don't come across often. So tree planting was on my radar, I guess, as a young kid. But it wasn't anything that I thought would be a job or be a career or anything like that. I just thought it'd be something cool to try, and it was kind of in the back of my mind. And then years later, after graduating high school and working jobs I didn't really like and going to trade school and working in that and not really liking it and being like, well, what do I do now? I always liked traveling. So I decided to pack my bags and head out west and go tree planting. And it turns out it was fucking awesome, man. Like, I remember making $250 my very first day, and I was like, wow, like, and this was more than like a fucking 20-year-old can make like as a job in the city, right? Let's say like basic jobs. So I was like, oh, there's real potential here. Like, I can get faster, I can get better. And I know these people around me are making like 6, 5, 450, 750. So I was very like, it was addictive. I always wanted to plant more and go faster the next day, and that's how I got into it. It was tough though, you know, even though I knew it existed, so that was the advantage I got. It wasn't easy to like get hired because it's not like when my dad did it. Like, I wasn't just gonna go where I thought that tree planting was happening and hope to encounter them. And in retrospect, that did work. I did that one time, but it's not really how it goes. So I wanted to secure a job before I actually went out. So, you know, even looking online and trying to call places, and it was virtually impossible to get started as a rookie, right? Like, you needed a reference. You needed someone to vouch for you. You needed experience to get experience. It's one of those cases where it's like, how am I going to get experience if I can never try? So it was really frustrating to me because I was in CEGEP at the time in school, in college. And like, I needed money, man. Like, I was paying for all my shit. I was paying for school alone. And I needed a way to like make a bit of money to, you know, keep me out of living neck to neck and paycheck to paycheck. So I was really set on that summer to go tree planting. I was in like 20K, and I ended up, I needed a reference. I needed someone to vouch for me. Lucky enough, I knew somebody at my university who planted trees, and I went and asked them to vouch for me and to kind of get me in, and I got in with the same camp that they were at. So, you know, I was lucky because I kind of personally knew someone who'd done it. But without that, man, if I was able to talk to somebody, they weren't very open to hiring me. Like, who's this random guy? It's like kind of a small industry. So I'm grateful because now years later, you know, I'm doing my own contracts. I'm living my life off of planting fucking trees. Like, I feel like I hadn't had a job for the past like 9 years since I've been doing it, which is pretty cool because when I entered the job market after high school, I was like, yo, this sucks. I hate working. I don't want to work. I don't want to be lazy, but I don't want to have to go do the same thing every day on a certain schedule. Like, no, I want to like work when I feel like working, you know, putting in effort when I feel like I got to put in an effort. Anyway, so I got blessed in a way, I guess. And my mission is to basically fucking get people in. Like, I know that other people feel like I used to. I have friends who still kind of feel like that. They don't want to go tree planting. I don't know why. I tried many times. But for the people who do, like, it changed my life, and I'm just hoping that it might change yours for the better. So I'm on a mission. As you know, I wrote this guide. You can get it on my TikTok bio, Instagram bio. This fucking lets you know everything that I've had to learn slowly but surely, 9 years of planting all at once. You get to know it, and also where to find these employers so you don't have to get told no and, you know, have nobody vouch for you and eventually never get in. So get the guide, write to me on Instagram and TikTok. The links are somewhere in my profile, and I'll see you guys at the next video.